So I wanted to make this video because we put an offer in for this house that I went to yesterday, and it was really nice, and there were already offers registered, and it felt right. Like, it felt like good when a lot of the other ones were going and not available anymore. This one felt right. Even I thought, you know, using the powers that be to feel for that, it felt right. And it's nice. Of course, it's not as nice as my bedroom. Smoky in the air. It's like, why does it smell like burning? I guess it's not just my bedroom. I don't know which way to go. Well, oh wow. One of the things I liked about it was that there's a lot of nature around there and the streets. I hope I'm not too hooked on the place already, like before. Then there's also these other ones that are like farmland houses, and I don't know which one is right and which one is wrong, but not putting the offer in tonight would have felt wrong. There's also another one with an outdoor pool. I'm just gonna really miss the neighborhood I grew up on. It's like a whole bunch of emotions all at once. Like, one of the highlights was there was a basement room that was like had a door, and like it looked like, I don't know what went on in there, like graffiti on the wall and stuff. And I looked in and I'm like, oh. And I walk out, I'm like, I guess it's a man cave. And then the real estate agent was like laughing. Chris was like, haha, man cave. It was a funny like moment that made everything better. And I was like very confident and very, like, oddly enough, like taking charge like a leader. Like, I didn't know I had it in me to take charge like that. I was like ruthless. I was like not gonna let anyone push me around. I had my emotions off, shut off, and like I was like, just hearing all these weird sounds in the distance. I was like, Popular Girl 101. I even pretended to be like Megan Fox, snobby like that, and at first, and it worked. I didn't even say I'm very snobby and standing my ground. And I will tell you, you probably didn't seem snobby at all. You know, I'm sorry I'm whispering, like, I just don't want to, yeah, be loud or anything. But it's weird how when you're moving, you just feel like you're gonna, like that's it, you know, but like you're still gonna exist. It's just a different place. Believe me, I kind of like am shutting off my feelings because, like, I don't know any other way to deal with it, like with what's going on. How are you supposed to deal with it any other way? I acted like a boss. Like, I had a dream about Megan, Merrick, Isel, and that girl that they used to hang out with back in high school. And they were all like hanging out together at what looked like Bayview Village Mall. And at Bayview Village Mall there was a marché, and my mom and dad were there on vacation, and I was 14 years old again. And they were like, you have to, or my mom was like, come on, like, let's get a seat at the table and eat this rustic French food. And it's funny because last night I made like my first yogurt bread and it tasted amazing. And like we got so much food today, me and my dad got along peacefully, but he's not always like that, so it's kind of strange. There are very slim pickings, as my mom would say, and very few options left. Everything is getting sold, you know, like sold or taken, or the listing is taken down. It's crazy. Okay, Carl just replied, okay. But yeah, like I didn't care if I seemed this or that. I just was like, I'm gonna make sure that I get what I need from this. And it was very powerful in that sense. Like, it's not like me to do that, right? And I feel like it has something to do with the way I woke up. Yeah, Megan Merrick and all of them were performing in this like dress shop window, different music for like this talent contest, and dressing up in this gorgeous clothes and like Elena Yorga style, like ruffle, like orange and pink ruffles, and okay, orange and pink ruffles and like beautiful dresses and stuff. That's familiar, like an opera song. As they were singing, I talked to them and I'm like, hey, can I sing with you? And they're like, Tanya, and they gave me hugs, and like we all hugged each other, and like I felt like dressed up. I was wearing something my 2004 2005 brunette self would wear, hoop earrings, maybe like an off-the-shoulder drapey top or something with like a long skirt, and like sandals. My hair was tucked behind my ears because it was so long. And then we sat down at the restaurant, and my mom insisted on us like sitting down and having a meal. I don't remember why, but that part was like, she so badly wanted me to sit down and like eat with us, and it really did look like the Marché. And I just was caught between being hungry and wanting to eat at the restaurant with my friend or with my family, or like have that excited feeling to sing and perform and eat after. But like I had to eat it, and it was like 6 p.m. like an early dinner. And then there's another part that I'll write down when I get home. It's April 9th. Now it's the 10th, I think, at 3 a.m. And my noble steed still works. I miss him. Yeah. I should rename it Hidalgo, but give it a name, right? Remember, it's not the bicycle, it's the person on the bicycle. I wore my flats and jeans, and it was a really cute outfit. I'm glad I wore something like that. I'm like, what? How did this happen, right? I woke up out of that dream, and like I had, like, I need to tell you about this part because it's crazy. But I woke up out of the dream and like ran to, yeah, I like woke up out of the dream and like ran to get ready. I'm like, oh no, I have to get ready and to leave because we're leaving. And somehow like whatever I was dreaming about in the sunny like morning in the sky put the outfit together for me basically. And I know I was nervous. I was nervous to see Chris, but actually it wasn't that bad. Putting the offer in, calling Chris, like I almost just like kicked back into real estate Tanya mode, and I thought to myself like, hey, like I didn't do such a bad job before. Yeah, I didn't do such a bad job before. But I'm kind of worried, like, what if this is the wrong house and the other options were the right ones? I don't know, but like, part of me thinks it was the right thing. And my battery's low, so I should probably turn around now, but I can't believe I changed my Facebook for someone to add me on there. I'm so excited for that. Like, I feel like I'm ready, but I also feel like I'm not, like, and I'm so scared that, like, I think I have to give it all I got this time, and like update my profile like every day, like post photos and stuff. The weird thing is, I woke up out of sleep so many times this morning, but maybe 3 times, and the second time, like, I was resting more and more because I needed rest badly. I was sleep deprived, and then I was like, I'm gonna miss the Chris thing. It was already 11 when I checked my phone the second time, and I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna actually make it to, like, if he's gonna pick me up at 8:30 or 9, how am I gonna make it? I won't even be awake enough to know where we're going and make sure the car is safe, etc. I won't be able to do that. I won't be able to drive myself because I'm too tired. I'm gonna have to not see them yet again. If I didn't go and then they were like, oh, we have to put an offer on, I wouldn't believe them. And those Melbourne jeans are very, very big on me now, oddly. And I threw my outfit together. Like, I just had like this vision of what I was gonna wear. It's like, it's either gonna be fancy or it was gonna be like well done casual. It ended up being well done casual, and it worked really well. The well done casual worked very nicely with the like button up sweater. And something I want to tell you though is like, the third time I woke up, you won't even believe this, because Chris told my dad the day of where the address would be and what time it would be. And Chris texted him that it would be 3:15 at the last minute. I wake up, it's like as if something tells me to wake up. I don't know how this works, right? And of course I'm thinking it's they woke me up to go do that. It's crazy. So I wake up out of that dream in like a happy feeling. I'm like, wow, I feel really rested. Like, and then I see we have to leave at 3:15, and I look out the window. My dad's car is the only one there, meaning we have to drive together. I thought I would just catch up with Chris. Well, it's 3:08 that I woke up at, meaning I had like 8 minutes to get ready. Eight minutes, and that was it. And like, I thought to I was like, no way. Like, I was like, no way. It was the most amazing feeling ever. I needed to wake up for this, right? I didn't know when it would be, and there was no way I would have woken up had there been like a nudging to wake up. And like, as if someone had checked my phone and told me, oh gosh, wake up now. So amazed. And then like, it was a bright sunny day and I just did my best. Like I was like, what would I wear if I had to do my best today, if I had to put my best foot forward, and this is just it. And like, when you grow your beauty and like you get more healthy, you have more of options, and you also have more leverage to dress up a bit more and stuff and have fun with it and like feel good about who you are, play with it a little bit, have fun with it. And like, that's what occurred with that. And I also looked so pretty in the car. I loved how I looked in the rearview mirror taking photos, and the wind blowing and the sunshine. It was so beautiful. And like, a guy like biked by on his bike with long hair, and it reminded me of like that look from like the thousands, like the skater look. There were these long country roads, and I was trying to be the most distinguished version of myself in front of my dad so nobody could push me around, because the way I was treated the day of that fight was so wrong. Like, the way my dad treated me, the way Kyla treated me, it was so wrong, and I wasn't gonna have that happen again. And I did my best, standing in my power at the last strike of the clock, really. But it's like, you feel like the life sucking out of you the more time you spend. I wish it wasn't like that, because I remember her before she had that thing where she does that. You know, she's a really pleasant person to be around for the most part. I mean, but whatever, I'm not gonna sympathize. Like, she's, as she said, she's just playing a part. I don't know why she's trying to be all chummy again and win back my trust, but it's just like, dude, like, what just happened was like the worst thing ever. You don't even acknowledge that. Like, what just happened with that fight? Oh yeah, that was bad, right? So it's like weird that now it's like we're all friends again. And interesting that when me and Kyla are friends, my dad like can't stand it and has to walk away. Which, like, we were all talking about the house thing, and then he had to go. I mean, I understand he's probably tired, but again, I'm not gossiping. I'm just saying this because I have to understand my perception is just being like in a whirlwind all the time. I can't tell who is for and who is against me. A lot, it's like we're friends, then we're enemies. It's like very confusing. But it was actually kind of fun, which was weird. And it's just my perception is so skewed now because everyone's getting along. Oh yeah, I remember what to do, because when everyone gets along, kind of like the Taste of Lawrence, something bad is gonna happen after. It always does. And I was very like centered and like kind of like hot and sexy, like me, like that me. And like I was trying to just be as much as in my power as possible. I hear something weird in the sky. Is that a train? But it was almost like today my problems disappeared, and like I could understand everything so clearly and like see everything, and like I did the best I could. I put makeup on, like I did my best with all of it. Like I'm like going to perform on stage or something, like that kind of like level. And like, then me and my dad went to the TNT market and I got Jollibee finally from Promenade, and it was so fun. Even though I was nervous about the offer, it was like he didn't really want to put in the offer. It felt like he didn't really want to get the corduroy one. I thought it was a real deal. I just don't know. It might work out, it might not. I had all my armor on and ready to go. Like, it was very serious. And on top of that, I don't know how. I had 1 cup of coffee. I got dressed. I ran out of the door. My dad was gonna leave without me if I didn't get ready. At that very exact 15 minutes of time, sure, we were a bit late. We didn't leave at 3:15, but Carl's air check was also 6 minutes. I could have literally watched it and then gotten ready and still been out the door, which is so crazy. But there's some skill that comes with like being able to run out the door. That's exactly what I would do for college, and I would be so successful. Not lingering. I would just get out of bed like half an hour before class, and I would look like amazing because it's confidence. Like, I didn't even have to do too much. I just like ran out the door, and like I loved it. It worked out so much because like when you just run out the door like that, there's like some magic in the confidence. When you're just like, okay, I'm ready. Whenever I run out the door, do my best I can within that small amount of time, I always, like, it's a game changer. Like, I guess there's something to do with that. Maybe having the pressure on me is making me into a diamond in that sense, because like maybe what I really needed was pressure, and I've been floating around aimlessly. That I learned from there, where you float in this lazy river that you never can get out of, like a nihilist nothingness, invisible pond or whatever. And like, I can't believe it's like been so many years since he blocked me on Facebook. It's April 10th. April 8th was the day I posted the video. But April 12th I was blocked. He never wanted me to have hard feelings. I didn't listen though. I didn't listen. I had hard feelings. And I remember walking around here and I felt my whole body like shutting down, slowing down, and eating biscuits all the time, and no sleep, or like just feeling like my world was crashing because he made me come alive. And now I had to go back to being a zombie, half alive, you know. My whole world was squashed after that. And now there's a guy on YouTube asking for my Facebook, like right on, like hitting right on the day. Like, I feel like I'm not ready because I feel like I didn't want my Facebook to look like that, but without him it doesn't look any better. Having him there was the reason I ever made anything special and good and worthwhile and creative. So yeah, okay, I should probably like go because my phone might turn off, but like I feel a lot better. Like, my biggest thing from earlier was how amazing it was how I woke up on time randomly, and how amazing it was that I came forth with that power and the leadership that brought out like the teacher Tanya, like the nurturing, leading, guiding mother Tanya in me. The true powerful feminine came out. I call it snobby Tanya, but it truly was like leader, Princess Tanya, if you will, Queen Tanya. And it was the same one from the Taste of Florence, totally empowered. And every time I feel like empowered like that, I feel like I'm gonna get in trouble. Or, well, actually, no, I don't feel like I'm gonna get in trouble. That's the problem. I feel like the villains and enemies and people that have been trying to subvert me and keep me into a trap frequency, they've all gone. They're all beneath me. They're all gone. They don't matter. I've been wallowing after that fight with Kyla. No, it almost doesn't care. I almost feel bad for her. I just oh, you are nothing to me to begin with. That sounds mean. I want everyone to win, right? It's just, but I can't forget what she just did, right? It's almost like these people have full out multiple personalities, but I can't forget. But it's almost like I have that same feeling about myself. I better watch out because I'm very empowered, to the point where I'm afraid of my own power almost. That kind of way. I'm not afraid, I love it. But it felt scary. It felt like the Taste of Florence. I'm too independent. I'm too wildly empowered and strong and leader oriented, and I'm gonna be okay no matter what. And I was the most leader oriented because all of those things. I felt in my total power, able to figure it out. True fighter, true nurturer, leader, teacher. I didn't think it would be that way. I thought I wasn't doing well, but I think I'm very wrong about that. I think I am. I think I'm doing better than I thought. I think it also takes someone believing in you, and then also believing in yourself and having confidence. Confidence in me to be able to do that. I felt very professional, and I also felt confident for the first time in my life in a really wild way. I was also fearless, to ask Chris, hey, will my qualify as a double A tenant? I'm worried, I'm concerned. And he was like, he looked awkwardly, and I'm like, oh, this is awkward and antisocial to do this, but I have to ask this. This is about our next house. I was difficult. I was being not regular Tanya. I was asking hard questions. I was being what they call an adult, I guess. No, just joking. But I was in action today. I'm